Caw.
Oh, you're doing a bird?
Oh, that's what that is. I thought it was just my hands.
Oh. Interesting. Awkward. Let's roll on the review here.
All right, guys, what's going on? We're the Cinefanatics. My name is Chris Adams.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And today we are doing a movie review of Birds of Prey.
Actually, it's called Birds of Prey, or the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
I am fantastically impressed that you were able to get that out in one take.
Yeah, well, I like my comic book movies. What can I say?
I wasn't confident that I would have been able to do that.
Yeah, well, I'm better than you. So, anyways, so we just got done with seeing this movie that I'm not going to repeat the title to because, let's just be honest, that was super long.
The Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Oh, good job. You can do it. See, I believed in you. And now that we've seen this movie, we want to impart our thoughts onto you. Now, at the forefront of this video, like any other review we do, we usually let you know whether or not we're going to do spoilers or not. No, there's no spoilers in this video. This is a completely safe video for you to watch.
It's totally spoiler-free.
Yep, no spoilers. So, diving into this movie, first of all, this is the first movie of essentially Harley Quinn since the Suicide Squad abomination thing that we saw. Which, I mean, going back to Suicide Squad, she was one of the main saving graces of that movie. Margot Robbie is perfect for Harley Quinn. Absolutely perfect. And Will Smith was good as Deadshot as well. That's about it.
Captain Boomerang is alright, but literally, Diablo's okay too, but
that's about it.
This ping pong paddle.
And this ping pong paddle and this ashtray and this chair, but that's all I need.
That's a reference to The Jerk for those of you playing at home.
If you haven't seen The Jerk, go see that movie. Why are we talking about...
absolutely nothing to do with this movie.
Yeah, why are we talking about The Jerk in this? Anyways, that was a good movie. That's our review for The Jerk.
Yeah, so Suicide Squad shares something in common with this movie, besides Harley Quinn, that I'll say right off the top. I don't necessarily feel like I ever need to watch it again.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, we just colored this review. You know where this is going now, don't you? Not so fast. You'll see.
I do believe that this movie was maybe a little bit of a step up better than Suicide Squad.
Sure.
The problem with Suicide Squad that I had, and it's going to sound funny and weird, is that it was a little too comic booky. It was just a little too, whatever. We've seen the Suicide Squad, the Assault on Arkham cartoon that the DC is known for doing. That one was fantastic. If they had adapted that into a movie, Suicide Squad would have easily, hands down, been one of the best DC Comics movies ever.
That being said, side note, I think James Gunn's going to kill it, and it's going to be a good movie.
I believe that too.
We'll find out. We'll come back to this moment when we get there.
Might use this clip, actually.
I won't remember.
I don't know. But, yeah, I feel like this was maybe just a slight step up improvement over Suicide Squad, which, I mean, obviously is what we're going to compare it to because Harley Quinn.
The thing is that narratively speaking, this movie was a lot more cohesive, sort of, than most DC movies. This at least one felt a little more planned out than most of the DC movies. Not quite as recent, but say Justice League era.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman's good. Shazam's good. I enjoyed Aquaman. You didn't, but that's beside the point.
And of course, Joker with Joaquin Phoenix was on a whole nother level.
Yeah, because it's not even part of this universe.
Yeah.
But there was something about this movie, like narratively speaking, that I think was cohesive. It wasn't cohesive because it's that unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Theme because Harley Quinn's telling the story here.
Yeah, it's a lot of Harley Quinn narration.
So there's a lot of like jumping around, a lot of like craziness that happens more so towards the beginning.
I would say the first half of the movie, they are jumping around from time to time, slowly kind of like, oh wait, let me go back and retell this part.
Which is humorous. It's used for humor. It's used because it's a good way to get to know Harley Quinn more as a character.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, though, like I'm kind of afraid that I'm going to lose myself there. I'm like, okay, where are we at and how? But they didn't. They didn't lose me.
I would say almost. There was almost a bit where it popped back from one, and I was like, "Wait, what? Why are we here?" And then I was like, oh, "Okay, now I get this." Yes.
Yeah. That being said, like you were bringing it up, Margot Robbie is by far the best part of this movie. Yeah, best part of this movie.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and that's probably the second best part of this movie.
Yeah.
Again, Margot Robbie is the living embodiment of Harley Quinn, and I'm really grateful to her for recognizing that, because she's like the executive producer of this movie.
Yeah.
So she was like, we're making another Harley Quinn movie in the Harley Quinn Brooklyn accent, or however mine goes. Don't do that again. Yes, I know.
You've been living in Texas.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm not going to try it. I'll end up doing like the Smart Pack stuff from the Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, you can't say that.
Excuse me, the big game commercial.
Much better.
It's all right. He's got Smart Pack.
She's definitely the best part. Second best part, going to be Ewan McGregor as Black Mask, or Roman Sionis, as he goes by through most of the movie.
Yep.
He is fantastic. He would like. Here's the thing. The way this is fantastic is like going into this, when I was hearing like the casting choices and everything for the movie, they said Ewan McGregor's going to be playing Black Mask, and I'm like,
Obi-Wan?
I can see it. Knowing what I know about the character of Black Mask, I was like, I can see it. I think he could pull it off, and he did exactly as I thought he was going to do. Exactly as I thought the reason they were casting him. He nailed it pitch perfectly. There's just not a whole lot more for me to say. Perfect.
Now, I will say, as like I'm definitely more familiar with the comic book character than you are.
Yeah.
On this, there was a little bit more that they could have done with him in regards to his comparison to the comic book version, but I kind of understand why they didn't do some things. And most of it was because it was Ewan McGregor. You want to see Ewan McGregor. You want to hear Ewan McGregor. It's kind of hard to create the Roman Sionis character without seeing Ewan McGregor.
You want Ewan McGregor to fully own the part.
Yeah.
And he does.
And he does. So there was parts of it that I was starting to question, like how committed he actually, the writing of the character was going to be to the comic book.
Yeah.
And by the time I was questioning that, they were actually alleviating that worry that I had. And I believe he did a fantastic job. But yes, probably the second best part of that movie.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed him as the villain. I think he had a ton of fun in that role, and I think he was just great. He was a great villain.
Now, overall, though, I'm not a huge fan of the rest of the cast. Again, I'm looking at it from, I know these comic book characters. I know where they come from. And there were just small things about them that were off.
Yeah.
That I don't really want to go into it because, again, we're not talking about spoilers, so I don't want to go into the different characters and what I didn't like about them. But
yeah,
just suffice to say, pretty much all of them had something small about them that I didn't believe that was that character that I knew coming from the comic books. Now, if you didn't know the comic books,
then you have a situation where, there's about 7 characters who mostly share the screen at any given point, most of them. Of those 7 characters, I enjoyed about 5 of them. 2 of them, not so much. I was kind of just okay on. Honestly, spoiler free, I'm not really going to go into detail either about which character specifically. There was just a couple of them that I just wasn't connecting with as much, or they seemed too campy, or they seemed too, I don't want to say comic booky, but they almost felt like they were in a different movie.
Yeah.
But for the ones I did enjoy, I thought they did a very good, in a weird way, a grounded portrayal of some of these characters, which really kind of leads into how I feel about like a lot of the portrayal of the movie overall, which is that it was a weird balance of dark and gritty, like you would expect in a Batman related property.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was colorful and vibrant.
You could tell it was still the same world as Suicide Squad, which, I mean, one thing for the Suicide Squad movie that it really did have going for it is it was colorful, it was vibrant, it did give you this kind of world that you wanted to find out more about. Those colors are inviting. I mean, much like the Joker poster is behind us, the colors used in that is like, come be in these colors type of thing. And yeah, this movie had that same kind of feel in regards to that, the aesthetic.
Remind me to go to an art museum with you, because you have a very unique way of describing art. What are you feeling?
I feel chaos.
So do I. That's where this review is right now. Moving on.
Yeah, so, I mean, the movie was okay. I thought it was great. Great performances by Margot Robbie and Ewan McGregor. But that's about where it stops for me. The writing was pretty good. I kind of understand why they pushed the R rating on this.
Yeah.
It really kind of needed that to kind of give it that little punch.
I'm trying to give it a little more flavor.
Yeah, and I feel like it fits without being like incredibly insane over the top, like the Harley Quinn cartoon is on the DC Universe streaming service. That's just
product plug that we're not getting paid for.
It's good. It's a good cartoon, but man, it's over the top.
I will say the last thing that I really actually did enjoy about the movie, and I'm trying to cover all these things that I did enjoy about it, but the fighting sequences I thought were fantastic. Just they were very like clever with them. The kind of stunt work that Harley Quinn herself was doing in some of these fighting sequences when she was going up just against random like henchmen or what have you. Really good, especially when she gets her hands on a bat.
Oh yeah,
a lot of really good action like choreography sequences in there that I was like, this is fun. This is like, I like what they're doing here.
There was some good like stylized choreography to it. I would say almost John Wick-esque. Almost.
Kind of.
Not quite to that extent, but I mean it was going in that same vein.
It almost had the same like tone where it's like the world and environment is dark, but it's also still colorful and you're still getting all these action sequences. That little bit at the end towards like the climax of the movie when you're seeing all the action happening at that point, I thought that scene was fantastic because everyone's working together, we're doing things, stuff is happening.
Yeah.
I thought that was just expertly crafted. The action sequences in the movie is what was expertly crafted. And so that is what I did enjoy about it. That being said, there just wasn't enough, I guess, story-wise in this movie that really gripped me and made me care about this movie overall.
This movie was definitely more of a character-driven.
Yeah.
Like, it was to set up the creation of these characters in the hopes that we will continue the story maybe down the line. I mean, watching this, there's a good chance that there is going to be a sequel. So these characters were essentially created. This was an origin story, save for the Birds of Prey themselves, to continue beyond this movie. So hopefully we see that. It might be pretty decent. I might change my opinion on some of those characters because it's definitely a part of them that I was like kind of iffy about. But
yeah, but overall, I mean, the movie just left me kind of just wanting something more that it didn't quite give me. And on top of that, I don't necessarily feel beholden to want to watch it again, outside of, say, for just the cool choreography sequences, the fighting sequences, and both Margot Robbie and Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. So overall, what would you say you'd rate this movie?
I mean, I'm gonna go pretty middle of the road. Like it wasn't bad. It wasn't awful. And so I'll for what was good, I'll give it about a 6 out of 10.
Unfortunately, that's actually what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Is 6 out of 10. Decent movie. I'm probably gonna rewatch it again at a later time. This will probably be one that I put on when I want to have something playing in the background while I'm working on something or another. But yeah, it's probably not going to be my like go-to, ooh, I'm in the mood to watch this again type of movie. So yeah, 6 out of 10. And yeah, that's probably going to do it for this review. Have you seen this Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn?
We gotta quit that while we're ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's about half the runtime of this review now is us just saying the title. Have you seen the aforementioned movie? Let us know. Put a comment down below. Let us know what you think. What did you think of this review? Did you agree, disagree? What things did you like, not like? Let us know that also down below. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Cinefanatics MLP. Also, come hop over to our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/Cinefanatics. And also, I guess, finally, subscribe to us. We have a subscribe button down below. There's also a subscribe button right up there above his head. Over here off to the side are a couple other videos that we have made. And as always...
Sunday we're doing an Oscar watch-along party. Join us then.
Yep, later.
See ya.
In case you didn't hear if that was too fast, we're doing an Oscar watch-along party on Sunday. Come join us for that. And if it's past that, I like Big Macs.